Welcome to the Emotional Support Kitchen, where we take all the things that have transpired during the week, boil it down to our word of the day, and find something delicious in between the lines. Before we get started, I should introduce myself, yeah? My name is Dimitri, and I have been cooking and teaching by way of various mediums for people for quite some time now. But sometimes life gets in the way, and that's when you just need to process. So that's what we're here to do. One plate, one day, one word at a time. So let's see what our word is for this week. This week's word is wonder. What could I do with that? Let me think. I'm wondering about the word wonder. I feel like the only time that word has come up in my life, or definitely not recently, would be back when I was a kid. Like when I would come home from school and sit in front of the TV and watch things on PBS, because I was a PBS kid, like Wishbone and Ghost Rider and things like that. So I guess we should make something that calls back to childhood. Today we're making brownies. So to start, we already have our butter and our sugar, and we're going to have 2 eggs that we're using for this small quantity of brownies that we're making. And then I'm going to bring in some vanilla extract. I'm using vanilla extract that I actually got from my best friend during one of his random adventures. And what do we need next? Let's add the cocoa powder, of course. It can't be a real brownie without cocoa powder. Now, we don't do anything typical here. So that means if this is going to be about wonder, they can't be just basic brownies. So first, let's go ahead and add our flour to this recipe. And then I'm going to bring in something slightly unexpected, but maybe not so much at the same time. To continue the wonder, let's add some sweet potatoes. Yeah, I know that sounds a little crazy, but I promise you, it's going to go together well. It'll make it a little bit healthier. These sweet potatoes are on fire. And it'll make sense in the end. So let's run through our ingredients. We have vanilla, sugar, also flour, and then the sweet potatoes, our cocoa powder, our eggs, and our butter. That's a good way to start. You can mix by hand, or we can use what I'm doing today, which is my mixer. However, I'm going to simulate as if you were hand mixing. Therefore, this portion that I'm using with the whisk attachment on my mixer to go ahead and cream together the butter and the sugar, you can do with a regular whisk and a bowl if you're going by hand. So the point of it saying that we're creaming them together is that you want to beat the sugar and the butter together to a point that it looks like a soft cream. Make sure to take some moments to stop the mixer or stop hand mixing yourself and scrape down your bowl to make sure that everything has actually come together properly before you continue to mix. So we will let this go a little bit longer until when you stop it the next time, you can see that the consistency of the butter and the sugar has come together in a smooth, paste-like, spreadable product. The next thing we're going to do is sift your cocoa powder and your flour together. From here, I'm going to keep these granules of cocoa powder because I'm going to use them a little bit later. And then I will follow that by sifting the flour in with it so that they can mix together before we take that over to our mixing bowl and add it. The reason why we're sifting the flour and the cocoa powder is to help aerate our brownie mix, because we're not adding baking powder or baking soda as some people do to give it the height and the fluffiness. We're going to be using, and depending on how well we creamed our butter and sugar, how well we sifted our flour, and the moistness and the creaminess of the sweet potatoes to give us that kind of ooey gooey richness that we normally get from brownies. Once again, don't forget to stop in between mixes and scrape your bowl. It's very important to make sure everything is incorporated as you go along in the mixing process. Something that is also a little bit different with this particular brownie recipe is we're going to make a crust. And the reason we're doing that is, again, because we don't have leaveners like baking powder and baking soda. We want to make sure that the brownie maintains its fluffiness but still has a strong foundation, because it's always important to have a strong foundation. So in this case, we're using graham cracker crumbs, a little bit of sugar, some baking powder to help the crust set, and melted butter. And remember how in the first video it has the texture of wet sand? You're going for the same thing here. Next, we're going to add our whipped cocoa batter into the crust. As you can see, it looks almost like a chocolate pudding, chocolate mousse. You forgot all about the sweet potatoes, didn't you? You forgot all about the sweet potatoes. While our brownie is baking, we're going to start working on a topping by the way of a chai tea coconut caramel. For this, we're going to use sweetened condensed coconut milk. And if you've never seen sweetened condensed coconut milk before, welcome to the club. But, you know, sometimes the best things are the ones that we're not looking for. And here we are, adding it to our weird brownies. So nonetheless, just like any other condensed milk that you would use, sweetened condensed milk, to make caramel, we need to get this out of the can and into the pan to warm it up and start the boiling process. Look at that. Ooey gooey, good God, it's gonna be sweet. That's why we're adding chai tea to this, to try to cut down some of the sweetness. If I'm very specific with you, it's chai black tea, because the more bitter, the better it is to cut down the sweetness. All right, we have a couple more ingredients that we're going to add to this, but first we need to start the process of slowly boiling our sweet condensed coconut milk. Watch that baby go. When it gets to a deep tan color, you want to start adding all the other extra ingredients, which in this case is going to be a little bit more just plain coconut milk, some melted butter, and I'm going to throw in some chai black tea mix. Because remember, we need to temper down how sweet this is going to be. Remember our friend the salt croc? Oh yeah, he's back, because he's here to add what salt normally does. Brings out sweetness, but also provides balance. If it's coating the back of the spoon, you're right where you need to be. So push that to the side, because we have a brownie to check. With a toothpick, a fork, whatever has a thin tip, you can push it in, and if it comes out clean, that means we're ready to cut into this brownie. Look at that. Goes in easy and smooth. Let's top this off with some of our coconut caramel chai tea. Chai tea coconut caramel. See, I'm forgetting things. And I feel like it's almost that time. Once again, I feel like we did a lot of work for one word. And when I think about wonder, I'm not sure if I still have all of that childlike enthusiasm that I used to have back in the day. Maybe that's what this was about. Maybe I just needed to tap back into a little bit of playfulness. I mean, we did make brownies. We did add sweet potatoes. We did make caramel with coconut milk. So that was different than usual, yeah? How's your brownies? How'd your caramel turn out? Or did you just give up and just make the caramel to use in something else? Well, I hope you got something here today. I hope this was at least a little bit of time to take the load off, get ready to start your next week, get ready to end this week. Per the usual, take care of each other, take care of yourselves, And I will see you next Sunday with a new word and maybe something not so sweet. Peace.